just being in this environment, I mean, you can feel the energy in the room.
We get the inspiration, the information, we can bring it in practice. It changed my life.
This is going to be an unbelievable event for you, I promise you. Don't miss anything.
I'm having an awesome time at this conference. It has far exceeded my expectations, and I will definitely be back next year with my entire crew. That's how much this has been an enjoyable experience for myself and the people that I came here with.
When I tell you the magnitude of just the aura of people that are around me, I'm sitting next to a guy right now that he makes over $50,000 a month, and he wants to network with me. Invest in yourself.
So yesterday, we had back-to-back amazing speakers, and I'm like, what's gonna happen today? Like, what's left? And then we get here and Snoop Dogg comes out. I mean, that in itself is a treat.
There's no way you're not going to get so much information out of a conference like this because the speakers are so different. So I'm learning from listening to other speakers also. So to be here and to be able to listen to several, you're going to get so much information and just kind of clear your mind and take it back to your own life.
I don't know how you can call yourself a business person and not be at this event.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jared Glant, and this is another episode of Young Hustlers here on the Cardone Zone, where every week on Thursday at noon East Coast Standard Time, we bring you tips and strategies on how you can get more faster. My goal in life is to reach high levels of success as soon as possible. And so all of the information that we talk about in this show is about how you can get there faster. So some people may look at you and say, hey, why you want to do so much? Why are you setting such big goals? Well, because I don't want to be old and crusty when I'm rich. I want to be young. I want to be able to hang out with my kids. I want to be able to go on fun trips. And I want to be able to have freedom and choices and passive income and all those things, which means you got to get that young hustle right today so that you can get there sooner rather than later. And today I got a great show. I am talking today about 3 ways you can be more inspired. Now, I want to address something first between motivation and inspiration, because a lot of people talk about motivation, you know? A lot of people talk about like, hey, I want to get more motivated, right? And then some people talk about inspiration. Now, I want to explain the difference between the two. I think I got these printed out. I want to review these definitions real quick. Okay, so first, motivation. Motivation is the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. Now, for me, this means it's something external. So for me, like having a kid can be more motivating, right? Like having a kid, it's an external thing that's happening around you that's creating this drive or this intensity increase in you moving towards a target. You know, if you're standing in the middle of the street and a car's spinning out of control coming right at you, you're probably going to be pretty motivated to get out the way. You know, if you see your family and your parents like file bankruptcy and you're like, man, I can never get myself in a financial situation like that. That's an external thing that's happening outside of your freaking mental that will motivate you to actually take action. So for me, when I think about motivation, I think about something from the outside. The problem with this is you don't have a lot of control over it. And so people are like, man, how do I get more energy? How do I get more motivated? And they're looking externally for something when truthfully, inspiration is the thing that you really need. Now, inspiration is the process of being mentally stimulated or to feel something, especially to do something creative. Okay, so motivation versus inspiration. I thought that was important to cover. Because you got to be looking for the right thing. You know, like when we talk about goals and money and like setting the right targets and goals is so important. You know, if you think that financial freedom is waiting for you when you make $1 million, you're wrong. You have the wrong target, right? So it's really important to have the right target of what you're trying to achieve. So what we are looking for is inspiration. And today, I'm going to talk about 3 ways, if I can get this thing figured out, 3 ways to be inspired. Okay? Very simple. How can you create this feeling inside of you that gets you to do more. I'm not waiting for something bad to happen. I'm not waiting for something to come along. Like, I want something to happen inside of me that allows me to be in control of the change I want to make. So the first thing that you can do to be more inspired is you can learn something new. This is a magic trick, and I remember that in Grant's program, Rules of Success, one of the modules is it has to do with learning and developing yourself, right? This creates so much inspiration because it tells you about possibilities and about opportunities. Anytime I learn something new, anytime I read a book about something and I come across information that I hadn't seen before, like, it's inspiring. It's inspiring because it shows me that there's so much out there that I still don't know, which means if I learn these things, my capabilities will increase and I'll be able to do more. And so, like, if you haven't, like, read a book, if you haven't watched segments on Cardone University, if you haven't been to a seminar or a workshop or something to learn something new, like, learning is one of the most inspiring things that you can possibly do. And guess what? You're in control of this. So when we talk about, like, hey, how do you be more inspired? You always want to look for things that you can be in control of. Like, I want to be in control of my inspiration because I know my level of inspiration is going to create the drive and the push, and it's going to be that thing that gets me to the thing that I want. Like, can you reach a goal or a target without being inspired? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. It depends on the person. But for me, I need inspiration. I need a reason to come. I need something from the inside burning that allows me to chase after a target. Because the truth is, what I said at the beginning of the show, getting where you want to go faster will require you to do things that are out of the ordinary. It'll require you to do more. It'll require you to sacrifice more. It will require things. So if you've been following this show for a while, or you've been following G for a while, like, when we talk about these, like, levels of success that you can achieve for yourself in shorter periods of time, just know that there are trade-offs. Like, there will be sacrifices that you have to make. And so as you're coming into a big goal, or you're getting clear on really what you want, you have to know that inspiration is going to be key to getting you through those stops and getting you through those tough times and getting you through those obstacles that you don't foresee. And you want to be in control of this, I promise you, because it gives you freedom. Like, control is freedom. Control is income. Control is revenue. Control is money. And if you want to be in control of your money, you need to figure out how to get yourself more inspired. And a great way to do that is learn. Read books, go to seminars, watch content online. There's tons of stuff online. I mean, you have to continue to develop yourself, because as you learn more, you will be more inspired. I use an example or an analogy, like, if somebody told me to deliver a presentation on physics, I don't know, something I don't know a whole lot about, like, I would actually be, like, that would be, first of all, it would be a thing that would motivate me to learn about physics, right? So somebody said, hey, you got to do a presentation in front of 500 people on physics. That is an external force that would motivate me to get into some books and some learning, right? And as I'm going through that and I'm learning, I'm actually developing inspiration. And who knows, maybe after I go crush this presentation in front of 500 people on physics, I might want to learn more, right? So you want to learn as a method to becoming more inspired. The second thing you want to do is, and this is something that really works well for me, is success is inspiring. Like, I want to seek out successes, not only in my own life, but I want to seek out successes of people around me. Like, I want to be around people that are winning. I want to hear stories of people that are winning. We have one of our guys here, Jack, who started out in customer service. I think he was actually started out on phones in reception, and then he got moved to customer service, and then he was just crushing it in customer service, coming in on the weekends. I mean, like, last GrowthCon, he was, sold more tickets than anybody and made a ton of money in, like, customer support. And today he's a salesperson. Yesterday was his birthday. He gets 3 deals, hat trick on his birthday, and I'm like, dude, that is so inspiring to see somebody who came in. I think he actually applied to be on the sales team when he first started here, and we we didn't think he was ready for it yet, so we put him on the phones, and then he spent some time learning the material and getting more and more committed. And today he's a member of the sales team, and he's crushing it. I think he finished number 2 last month. So those are inspiring stories, because it shows how somebody can go from A to B. At the 10X Growth Conference, we bring people who have incredible stories that are designed to inspire you to go back in your own life and do more and do better. Like, Magic Johnson. This guy came into the NBA, was won world championships with the Lakers. I think he won 5 rings. He's been MVP of the league multiple times. And then after he finished his career as one of the greatest basketball players that has ever lived, he went on to becoming a businessman. And then he went, he bought, I think he was part owner of the Lakers and then the Dodgers. And these are billion-dollar transactions. He became an investor. I think he was an investor in Starbucks and made a bunch of money in Starbucks too. So he's hundreds of millions of dollars he's worth today. And it all came from somebody who grew up, started playing basketball, and then built this incredible career. That's inspiring. It's inspiring to see people like Scooter Braun, who was basically a party promoter in college. He was throwing parties on campus and then got hooked up with Jermaine Dupri in Atlanta. Next thing you know, he's finding talent. He stumbles across Justin Bieber, discovers Justin Bieber, and now he is, this crazy record executive who, works with some of the biggest stars in the world. He managed Kanye West. Dude, that's inspiring. Are you tracking? Like, are you following? Like, one of our other speakers, Brad Parscale, he bid on a website for a political campaign. He bid $1,400 for this website, right? Not a lot of money, and probably if you build websites, you're like, man, that is a small number. That $1,400 website got him an opportunity that led to his agency billing this political campaign $94 million. And then he did that so well that he became a campaign manager for a presidential candidate. Those are amazing stories. And so if you're all down in your spot right now because you're like, oh man, I'm not making any money, I don't like my job, you need to take control of this situation. You need to start learning more about things you don't know that will help you make more money. And you need to seek out success stories like this to remind you when you have all that doubt and you have all that insecurity and you don't have any confidence that people are doing it all the time. People all the time are overcoming crazy obstacles and tons of adversity and, no mom or no dad or no, wrong neighborhood or, tragedy, whatever. People overcome amazing obstacles every single day and do something major. So why can't you? And you need to remind yourself of that constantly. I love when people are telling me how much money they make. I love when people are telling me about big deals that they're taking down. I love seeing that. There's a lot of people that hate on that. Stay away from these people, trust me. You want to find these stories and use them as fuel to remind you of what's possible. So number 1, you want to learn as much as you possibly can. Growth Conference is a great way to do that. By the way, we got a crazy BOGO deal right now. If you go to 10xgrowthcon.com, we have BOGO deals right now on general admission and executive level seats, and they're selling out fast. So take advantage of that because GrowthCon's a great place for you to learn. Success stories. Get connected with success stories. Remind you of success stories that you've had yourself, and go seek out success stories that other people have had. Like we do at the Growth Conference. Again, 10xgrowthcon.com if you want to get some seats there. Number 3. You want to be more inspired? You need to get around people that are looking to win. You don't just need to find stories. You need to get yourself a circle of people that all want to do better. This is so important. It's so vital to be surrounded by people that are in alignment with you. And people say all the time, it's so cliche. It's like your network is your net worth, but it's the truth. The people who you are surrounded with will determine your levels of inspiration. They'll determine the level of think that you have. They'll determine how quickly you can move through tough patches. They'll determine if you are even successful at all. You get surrounded by a bunch of negative people that are always talking down about success. They're always telling you you're doing too much. They're always saying they're trying to get you to go out and do things you shouldn't be doing all the time. If you surround yourself with those people, it will be exponentially harder for you to reach the level of success that you want, that you deserve, that you need, that you've dreamed of. So you need to surround yourself with people, and you need to get connected with those people. So like we have, this is how easy it is to get connected with people. Like you're watching this show right now, go look through the comments. Connect with people that have commented on the show. Connect with people that are in the Facebook feed right now. You know, we have a membership group for Cardone University. There's almost 10,000 people in there. That's a great place to get connected with people. If you're part of our mentor program, you have access to that. And also if you're a member of Cardone University, you get access to that. All of these people want to do better. You need to be connected with these people. If you have to start like peeling friends away, maybe not go over to a certain relative's house during a certain time of year, then that's what you need to do. Because the people who you surround yourself with will either create inspiration for you or they will create demotivation. They'll be anchors. But like the cool thing is, if you can all agree that inspiration's a good thing, if you can agree that you actually want to be more inspired, here's how easy this is. How hard is it to pick up a book? Or to buy a class online or whatever, however you want to consume a piece of information. How hard is that? How hard is it for you to Google crazy success stories? How hard is it for you to go back and say, hey, what have I done in the last 2 or 3 years that I should be proud of, that I can consider a success? And then how hard is it for you to get connected with people? This is probably the hardest of all of them. But I just gave you some examples of how you can do that. Better yet, a way that you can do all 3 of these things, where you can learn new things from really smart people. You can hear about and get connected with success stories and see people who've done amazing things. And number 3, get connected with like-minded people who want to do better, so that you see these people that all want to do better and do more. You can see it happening all around you. You can participate in it. They can help keep you accountable. Great place to do all 3 of those things. 10X Growth Conference. 10xgrowthcon.com for BOGO seats right now. It's an amazing opportunity. We spend 3 days talking about sales, billion-dollar sales strategies, people that have done billions in sales and transactions, telling you exactly what they did to go from small to big. That's what everybody's trying to do. How do I go from small money to big money? How do I go from broke to free? Like no better place to learn how to do that than from people who've already done it before. You know, you can try to figure this stuff out on your own. Like, you can try to go at it on your own. People have done it before and they've won. For me, I like to figure out like shortcuts. I like to figure out these little hacks. You know, I like to learn from Francisco the 10 things that he's done unbelievably well that makes his videos awesome. And then I want to go do the same thing for Johnny. I don't want to go pick up a camera and try to figure out how all the buttons work. Like, I want to try to shortcut that success. So day 1, we're talking about building a billion-dollar brand, doing billion-dollar sales, billions in revenue, and how others have done that. Day 2, we talk about marketing. We're going to dig into like literally leading-edge strategies, things that are being done in the marketplace today. You know, Parscale is probably going to oversee, what is it, Alan? Alan? Pardon? Yeah, Parscale, what was the budget this year for campaign, the Trump campaign? $900 million advertising campaign or budget for this election cycle. Don't you want to know what he's doing to promote that, to connect with people, to get people to convert, to influence people? Dude, yes, of course, right? You know, Ryan Dice is going to be there. He's going to be talking about what is happening in digital marketing today and how you can get ahead of the rest of the pack. Day 3, we're talking about life, the ideal life. That's when we are going to be digging into how to bring it all together, how to have it all. You know, when we have billion-dollar goals and targets, or 100 million, or maybe million, whatever it is, when we want more, like, we have to figure out how to convert people when we're talking to them. We have to figure out how to market and get attention and grow our brand and reach and influence. And then on the 3rd day, we're going to talk about how to keep it all together so that you can be a great father, a great husband, you know, a great member of your family, a son, a dad, whatever. Like, how do you bring it all together so that you're not 10x at work and 2x at home? That's important. It's important that you become a part of your community and you make an impact. You know, giving back is just as important as collecting new things. You know, whether it's mentoring somebody or donating to a charity, like sharing the success and bringing everything full circle is extremely important. And so we have some super big surprises for the final day. Rick Ross is going to be there performing at our VIP party on Friday night. We have some other talent that we haven't announced yet that's coming as well. So basically going to be 3 days, super high quality event, super high quality people coming to the event. All people that are on the same page as you, everybody coming to do more, everybody can be a source of inspiration for you, and you can reserve your seats while we have them remaining at 10xgrowthcon.com. We have some BOGO deals there. You can also upgrade to some premier tickets, some VIP, premium, and diamond seats, depending on how close you want to get to the stage. If you want hotels, we have some hotel packages available as well. You can go to 10xgrowthcon.com, or you can call the office at 310-777-0255. If you have questions, if you need payment options, if you need more information on how to get your seat, where to sit, what hotels to book, we can help you out with all of that. But most important is you got to figure out how to take control of this so that you're not looking outside for other things to happen to you, so that you can be the cause, so that you can be the reason that you are moving forward. And like Grant always says, if it's to be, it's up to me. I hope that you can use these tips to go get more inspired today. I hope that you join us at the 10X Growth Conference in February. It's going to be insane. I would love to meet you and shake your hand, learn more about you, what you're up to, and hopefully hear about some successes you've had since you've been following us, following this show. 10xgrowthcon.com. Be there. Check it out. And remember, the only people who condemn the hustle are the ones who've already given up on the hustle themselves. We'll see you next week.
What a blessing. I've been blessed 100 times over. First of all, to do 2 things that I always wanted to do. That's play basketball, be a businessman.
Magic for 3. Yes. 3-pointer. Yes. Oh, my.
Magic down the middle. Just what I thought. A hook shot at 12. Good. 2 seconds left. The Lakers take the lead on Magic Johnson's running skyhook.
I enjoy challenges, and it's a challenge tonight to see what I can do.
Basketball prepared me for the business room, no question about it. If it wasn't for basketball, I don't think I could be the CEO that I am today.
An unbelievable performance by Magic Johnson.